Welcome back to Burton Waters and to one of our latest Jeanneau listings. This time a 2015/2016 model, Jeanneau NC11. I'm a big fan of the NC11s, and this particular boat we know very well. So we sold to the current owners back in late 2016, and in that time they kept the boat down in Saloon and very much looked after the boat. The boat's just arrived here in Lincoln and has had a full cut and polish. I've got to say the hull is in fantastic condition. Before we move into the cockpit, it does have the full cockpit enclosure and of course the bimini, which is in place already. As we move into the cockpit, you'll see you've got the aft bench seat, which does slide forward as well. So if you need a bigger bathing platform, you can slide the seat forward to give yourself that extra room. But then when you're entertaining and socialising, you can move it back and you've got a nice area here. The current owners have had this cockpit table fitted and obviously use these directors' chairs as well. Below our feet, underneath the teak flooring, there's a big storage lazarette as well as your engine bay as well, which we'll come on to in a little bit. Before we move on to the inside of the boat, a couple of really nice features in the cockpit area. You have got two transom gates, so you've got one on either side, which is brilliant for easy access, whatever side you're mooring up on. Also, you've got an asymmetric deck, so on your port side you've got a really wide side deck which comes all the way back to the cockpit, so it's really safe. You've got a grab rail here, and obviously the rail comes all the way back to the cockpit as well, so it's very safe to move around in. You've got a slightly smaller, slightly less wide walkway on your starboard side, still enough to get around, but as I say, just not as generous. As we move into the interior, into the saloon area, first thing to point out is these opening doors which go all the way across, but if you did want to, you can move them all the way over to the port side, and this backrest here moves forward, so you've got a bit of extra seating that then sits facing out over the water in the cockpit area. If we move into the saloon area now, you've got a really nice sized table, a bit of storage as well, and you have got this bench which folds up when you're underway to act as a co-pilot bench, but also folds down when you're using it as a saloon area. It's lovely and light in here. You've got windows everywhere, and you've got the skylights as well. But you've got diesel heating fitted to it. So on a not so much nice day, like today really, you can close the doors off, put the heating on it, and it's lovely in here. Your galley's on the port side. So just underneath here, you've got your 2-burner gas hob. You've got your gas oven below the counter. Tons of storage with your bin. And then you've got your fridge there as well. If we move forward now to your helm position. So first thing you notice, you've got your opening door to your port side. So getting out and onto the side deck is very easy. So if you are short-handed, it's brilliant. And you have got your centre cleat just by the door as well. It's a lovely helm position, so everything falls nicely to hand. Your wheels adjustable as well. And you've got your Raymarine hybrid touch chart plotter, and you've got autopilot as well. Got a lovely addition as well of this Volvo joystick as well. So for manoeuvrability on here is fantastic, and you've got your bow thruster as well. This boat's fitted with the Volvo Penta D3 200 horsepower diesel engines, and the engine hours are very low, they're 280. As I mentioned earlier, you've got this big opening roof. Sounds a bit like an aeroplane's taking off when it's being open, but it's great for the summer days. Obviously, you can open the roof, open the side door, and you've got an opening window on your starboard side as well, so it lets a really nice breeze through here. You've also got blinds on here, so when it is closed, if you want to close the lights off, if someone's sleeping out here, you can do easily as well. So moving on to the accommodation now on the NC11. So the first thing is this master cabin, where you get a really good sized double berth. There's still a bit of standing room at the end of the bed, so you can get changed quite easily, but the bed does extend out as well. So for people who are a little bit taller, the bed pulls out and there's an infill cushion that goes in the middle to make it into a bigger berth. There's also a really good sized storage locker under here as well. There's a opening hatch overhead, and you have got a nice storage locker over on the starboard side, as well as these little shelves as well. Just moving on to your second cabin. So you've got a really good size twin berth in there. And there is an infill cushion to make that area into a double berth when needed as well. Really good size standing headroom. I'm 6'2" and can stand quite easily at the end of the bed. And again, you've got a bit of a storage locker as well. Moving on to the heads. The heads is really well appointed on here actually. So first bit is you've got an electric toilet and that feeds into a holding tank. And then of course you've got your sink with hot and cold water. And there is a separate shower compartment as well. It's a really nice feature for a boat that's about 36 feet. To pack in a separate shower is a very good feature. If we move back into the saloon area, there is tons of storage on the NC11. There's two sections that open up, and underneath here you've got tons of storage, and obviously there's some drawers in there so you can organise everything away. So if you're going on a long trip, it's brilliant. There's also another storage locker under the fins feet, and you've one of the nice. This boat's got a huge spec, so it's got obviously the joystick, the heating, but it's also got a diesel generator as well. So if you are spending a week or two away, I say you're covered on all bases. Okay, just bringing you on to the engine bay now on the NC11. So first bit, I mentioned earlier, you've got a really good size storage area in here. So you can chuck your ropes and your fenders and everything like that. The owner's got all his cleaning gear down here. Your generator's also mounted down here, so it's a Paguro 4 kilowatt generator. And your batteries are underneath these storage boxes on either side as well. As I mentioned earlier, it's fitted with a pair of Volvo Penta D3 200 horsepower diesel engines, so nice and economical. Decent enough access. This panel at the front does come away if needed. And as I mentioned earlier, it's only done 280 engine hours. Thanks for watching this video on the Jeanneau NC11. It's priced at £179,950. If you need any more information, feel free to give us a call. We're open 7 days a week for viewing. And if you've got a part exchange and you're looking to trade up, feel free to give us a call.